You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right? I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it. The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature, and when they do, everything will come crashing down. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. I can assure you that you're not dead and that the princess has yet to end the world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told— If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it. I don't know, I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive, or the entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull— The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I have a warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the— Let's keep— The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there. The only furniture of note is a plain table. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, no, we're taking the knife. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You can't just say that. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts, and if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your— Oh, you've piqued nothing, because you're going to— Just ignore the stressful geometry. How? Even if we closed our eyes, I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better— Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept— Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, you walk up to the wall next to the base. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you do. The door to the basement creaks open. Nothing here seems to belong. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. If the princess lives here, slay her voice.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. We don't even have a... But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go. And what's that? That the fate of the world? There'll still be plenty of ways. You step onto the center staircase. You concentrate on where you are, and so you take one, but no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only thing... Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but oh well. That was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old... The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, you're here to...
I don't have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I look like a monster?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her... We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. You said you'd been here before, right? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. It's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan! Let's see if we can make even more of her.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. What do you want me to say? That I'd be a good person? Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kinda hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop.
Princess, you can address me as Your Royal Highness. No, I don't need a name.
My name is whatever hushed whispers follow in the wake of my devastation.
None of them have names. How astute.
There must be something wrong with you. It must be fear creeping into your heart. Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do while chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? Could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? Well, that's where the blade is. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
I don't remember what it was like before. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle... You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. He is. Does that... What are we supposed to do now? You're right. She's gone. It's just... Again, what the hell? There's something dreadful about... No. I'm begging you, don't. It's different now. It feels... I don't know.
Something finds me in the long quiet. There's nowhere for you to be but here. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps everything. Then we will be here forever, as we are. If you need time, you are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine. I see you have returned to me. Days mean nothing in the maw of forever. I never left your side. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the shore. A warning. Before she will... We're not going to go... Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking. The interior of the blade. You take the blade from the... The door to the basement creaks. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out.
She's unarmed. If you... You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. Do you actually believe this was enough to...
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. But is it over? Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But that day isn't today. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. I'm so glad you're keeping an open. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months. Hey. Really? Well, more happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is. Now, please, shake yourself out of it. We have the little voices, please. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long ago.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Are we really happy? Good, because I have an idea. The blade. I can hear everything you say. He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take the... Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the... Don't you dare... How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill... In a sense, we die, but looking at... I know this is out there, but that little voice didn't want you to... If we die, I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a... Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time, the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, the end. Nice knowing. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end you're here to slay her. I can assure you that you didn't. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this... Oh. Do you think there's something else out there? All right. Seriously? You're just... There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path. That's strange. Oh. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you...
Wait. Something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting... What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her. You make your way up the short path. A warning. Before she will... We're not going to ignore him. He doesn't... The interior of the cabin, the blade, is your... The door to the basement, her voice...
Hello?
Is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had... You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the prince. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Okay.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs.
Where are you going? You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these
Slip these chains? She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry. You rush up to the first... Okay. If we're sure about this decision, you slowly creep down the basement stairs. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Is it just me? Your eyes dart to the... Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place.
Oh, do you want to play a waiting game?
You do your best to patiently, but eventually... Come on, wake up! You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet. The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the... This is the end. I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand. Everything goes dark. And you... You're on a path. You're here. Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk. If he doesn't remember what happened, then... If he doesn't remember what happened, then something... You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only... Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died. We did our best with the information, and yet you still died, didn't you? So, great. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs... If it's the latter, what do you think happened? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that all the more reason to keep our wits about us? Should we even return? You have to go to the cabin. If you don't slay the princess, she's going... Just be quick about it. Great. Now, if you don't mind... Yes, we're safe for tea. Seriously? You're just going to... Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away. That's strange. It looks like this path... You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's but fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? What's going on? A dark place.
You're on a path in...